Hi everyone. I'm hopping on Tuesday today. I took holiday and the processing time it needed yesterday. And I'm here and have some offerings today for Queer Church. It's a really wild time, sort of first day in a new reality, same parallel reality, referring to the inauguration yesterday. So ironically linked to civil rights. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I think we've all been seeing, thinking, feeling, feeding it, and I want to offer in context some spirit health offerings. It is a really unprecedented and wild time. As you saw, I was in Austin last week. I was in Austin and Houston. I came back. I left right before unprecedented snow and storms to come back to California, where we're having unprecedented fire. And yeah, it's a wild time. So what do we do? So I turned to ritual, and the ritual I had as an offering to begin us with is looking here. This is Megan Watterson's Divine Femme, when I feel that the patriarchy and the way that it's, influenced every system we have, including our environmental system. I turned to Femme Divine for balance, and so I pulled a card, and the card that I pulled for us is Teresa of Avila, and this is Our Lady of the Interior Life. The mantra is, I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. You, but I need that message today, this week, in this moment. I'm sure I will be needing it. I think of this as very much a hermit card, interior life, turning the light on, and 2025 is represented by the hermit card, so there's some alignment there. This says, when your soul selects her card, Saint Teresa is a call for the importance of the interior life. She knew intimately about the spiritual wealth we all possess and have access to if we're willing to go inward. She not only emphasized the need to meditate and to pray in order to reach that innermost castle where the soul waits for us, but she also instructed the sisters of her convent on how to discern the presence of the soul or of a saint or of a holy person that is giving us wisdom from within us. I would call that our intuition, intuition building. She urges us to meditate, pray, or go inward to meet in the presence of the soul. I would call that intuitive self. And then she asks for us to believe that it is real and that the answers that we find are real. She asks us to move that inner truth out into the world with confidence and conviction. We're living in a wild time when things that don't feel like they should be real are real. And I do a lot of tarot readings and spiritual work with folks who are saying, it doesn't make any sense, but I feel like I want to change my life in this way. People are being called to leave their jobs. People are being called to move. People are being called to do something radically different. And I call that intuitive self. I think I have done that myself. I was not doing spiritual organizing before, and I do think we're in a time where what we need is time with ourselves, our internal life, so that we regroup this year, recharge this year. Astrologically, there's so many transits, major movements happening this year. I really think of this year as it's all gonna happen, and what are we doing inside to recharge, to make peace, to find connection. I didn't also mention, but I'm sure y'all also are thinking about the TikTok banning and what it means and what it doesn't mean, and there's so many things there. I'm not going to thread, but I think just to the thread and offering this week, which is go slow, go internal, talk to each other. So in that mind, the reading this week is from Embodied Activism, Engaging the Body to Cultivate Liberation, Justice, and Authentic Connection by Ray Johnson. And this is a way to think about activism that is whole-bodied and connected. And I'm going to read just a poem that's in here as an offering. And as always, the reading is just a time for you to think about something else, for you to breathe, for you to just be. So thank yourself for carving out a little time, a little slowness in this moment. Let whatever lands land, and let whatever doesn't just roll off. This is a poem by Dashuna Lamiris. It reflects on the everydayness of mutual interactions and how our hopes and yearnings for a more just world can be realized in the small moments of connection that make up our lives. The importance of connection and interconnection and working against isolation is critical. Although our responses to injustice may show up as fierceness, as often as it shows up as kindness, Lamiris beautifully portrays the degree to which intercorporality, our bodily embeddedness in one another, means attending to all the ways in which we can choose to open or close one another's hearts. This poem is called Small Kindnesses. I've been thinking about the way when you walk down a crowded aisle, people pull their legs or let you by. Or how strangers still say, bless you, when someone sneezes. A leftover from the bubonic plague. Don't die, we are saying. And sometimes when you spill lemons from your grocery bag, someone else will help you pick them up. Mostly, we don't want to harm each other. We want to be handed our cup of coffee hot and to say thank you to the person holding it, to smile at them, and for them to smile back. For the waitress to call us honey when she sets down that bowl of clam chowder, and for the driver in the red pickup truck to let us pass. We have so little of each other now, so far from tribe and fire, only these brief moments of exchange. What if they are true dwellings of the holy, these fleeting temples we make together when we say, here, have my seat. Go ahead, you first. I like your hat. May you find small kindnesses this week. May you see this offering in Queer Church this week as a small kindness. The astrology update in this lane of thinking is also that we are in Aquarius season. Started on the 19th on Sunday, started off our week. We are in Age of Aquarius. Thank you for being here. Age of Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius, time in Aquarius. We are in Aquarius, head-led thinking, rethinking, and being unique. Aquarius as community and connection. The systems by which we come together. The roads that can lead us like breadcrumbs to one another. We are in the Aquarian time. Whatever happens, and I encourage you to think about and explore a little bit where Aquarius shows up in your chart, what is being pulled into the collective, because Aquarius is going to be very important for a while, and we get a little extra jolt connection. It's also a head-led sign, so there is we are living in the realm of heads, so be wary it is very heady, it's very spacious, so it can also go deep. So if you are in a doom scroll moment, if you are feeling in a thinking and rethinking and overthinking and a worry moment, if you're on a worry train and worry hamster wheel, like that's real, like that is understandable. Like I said, we're in a really difficult time. And also I encourage you to Aquarius also has this like beautiful ability to zoom out, to be the bird overlooking. And I encourage you to create some space and some time, especially this week, to zoom out, to think about the year that we have, this beautiful hermit year of recharge, this encouragement to find kindnesses in the little things, and calling friends that love us, and turning off things, media, like all of those things I offer, is part of working with the astrology of this moment. Those are the short and sweet offerings for this week. I'm going to close us with Next World Tarot. This gorgeous deck is by Christy C. Rhodes and is all cutie, BIPOC, queer activists inspired. And what better interpretation for tarot, for offerings, for guidance. So let's go ahead, take a moment, just settle. Here we are, still living. Here we are, still in bodies. Here we are, still supported by the earth, no matter what we've done to her. Here we are, still holding our energies around us. Go ahead and just take a couple of breaths. We talked today about intuition. I point here, so underneath our rib cage, there's a energy chakra that connects to the parts of our energy of our body that is self-reliance. That's what I think of. We say like trust your gut, which feels like a little lower. I think it's actually about here, like under our rib cage, that solar plexus space. That is our intuition, that is our energy center for resilience. So maybe you even want to, as I'm doing, just like put a hand or just attune your energy for a moment into this space. We live in a time that is trying to make us feel small and insignificant and powerless, especially if you're queer, trans, BIPOC, indigenous, all the things, disabled. And we're not. And what we can do, just taking a moment to send some energy and attention, blow off the dust if it's there, and light up. You can choose any color that feels potent, powerful, and vibrant to you, but glow a little bit up in this area. Play with it a little bit if you want. Mine's a little bit like shaking off like a puppy when there's mud on it. It's like, shake, shake. But just, especially as you breathe in, feel this area filling up with the strength that you have. You want to send a little bit of thanks and gratitude to your body for still being here and holding you. Gratitude to yourself for still being here. It's not easy. I know I didn't just stay living on its own accord, and here we are, being here for reasons and feeling our own power and connection. Just breathing in to the spaciousness and possibility, how powerful it is when you connect to yourself, when you connect to your power, when you, especially under this Aquarius connection moment, understand that you are not alone and believe in the power of our connection, how important that is and how important that will be, that is still here, we are still here. And with that connection, vibrant and lit up, maybe rooted also into the ground, we invite in, calling particularly on our queer and trans ancestors who have been through this fight over and over and over again. What do we need to hear? What message can support us this week, in this moment, to move forward? Sorry. Oh, ask the ancestors, you know. Here we go. It's the moment. This is our revolution moment. I'm going to read this because Christy C. Rhodes, I'm using Next World Tarot by Christy C. Rhodes, and their descriptions are just so beautiful. But what I'll say is like this card, like Tower card moments, it's like when everything that was built up was always meant to fail, that the foundation it was built on was not right. And we are seeing that in our country, right? We're seeing the foundations be broken that were not working. And it's time for a revolution. Let's see what it says. It's so interesting too. I haven't really actually read through thinking about what year this is gonna be when we actually have our revolution year. Alright, I'll try one more time, but if it's perhaps not meant to be read, that's okay. Alright, it's not meant. Alright, loves. Well, show it one more time. I'll give it another moment. The offering is very clear. So I am going to be tapping into what revolution means to me and offering that for you as well this week. Thank you for coming into Queer Church. And I will just say, for what it's worth, I love connecting and being able to share and build with this platform. And I am looking into and interested in maybe taking things to other places. And if anyone knows more about that or wants to offer any support, I'm open to it. If you have feedback or ways you'd like to connect, if you're a YouTube person or more of a podcast person or something, I'm open, I'm looking, so let me know. And thank y'all for being a part of this, and really, let's take care of each other this week.